Well, guys, it's now time to update my video game top 5 list every single year. Remember, last year I did a video on my top 5 video games every single year from 2024 all the way back to 1996. Well, in the years since I've done that, the list has actually been quite updated since. Some of the listens have been updated, some games have been added in, some have been taken out, and of course, the most important one, my top 5 games of 2025 has actually been pretty much updated, although it has a long way to go since didn't really play that much games in 2025. But I wanted to show off here right now to see the new list. So the first big change is 1997, where new entries. First off, Tonka Search and Rescue, my favorite game in 1997, was updated, taken off, now down to number 2, as Game Dev Story is now number 1. Game Dev Story is a Switch game that I play. It's one of the classic Cryosoft games, like you remember when I did Grand Prix Story recently. This is the same thing, but running a video game business and such, making video games. I played in 2021, and I didn't think anything of it. It was just a simple game and such. And I thought it came out like in 2020. I think it said like sometime between 2018 or so. I played on the Switch, so it's at least 2017 I thought. And I figured this doesn't meet the requirements for any of the year, so it didn't make the list. But when I was looking it up again, when I got some more Cryosoft games back in November, I found out that this game actually came out in 1997 for the PC in Japan. And the Switch version was just an updated mobile version of it that came out like in the 2010s and such. So since this game came out first in 1997, this counts for less, and it's easily better than Tonka Search and Rescue, obviously, so it made the number 1 for right now. Tonka Search and Rescue number 2 now, Gran Turismo number 3, and Yoshi's Story made the list for now, because I don't know if it's going to be there. Yoshi's Story was an N64 game. It's one of the Yoshi games, which I played, like Yoshi's Crafted World some time ago, where you play as Yoshi, or actually no, a bunch of Yoshis here, and just travel around the map, like collecting items and stuff. At first, I was liking it, but lately, haven't touched in a while, I started to not like it because it was getting way too hard, and I don't like hard games, of course, as you all know. So, right now, I have it 4th on my list, but I'm pretty confident. I think next time we see this list, it might not be there anymore because it's just getting too hard for me. But for right now, it's there. So yeah, no changes. I updated some of the times and all that, of course. But nothing anytime soon yet. But there are some changes still coming up. Just got to find them. Because it's not just 2025 we gotta worry about. As I think we're coming up to one in just a moment. As here we go. Update for 2010. Boob Wars, remember the Aero game I mentioned humorously last time out as like one of my favorite games of 2012, I believe it was? Well, it got knocked down to 2010 as an honorable mention because it's not better than the other 5 games I mentioned here. And the reason it got knocked down because I looked up on Visual Novel Database, which I looked up for all my Aero game visual novels to find out what their years were and such to make sure, since a lot of them come out in Japan first. And when I made the list back in March last year, it said on the wiki, the database, that the game came out in 2012, and that's why I put it there. But then when I looked it up again some other time for something else, it said it came out in 2010 in Japan, and then it came out in 2012 in America when it came on Manga Gamer, where I got it from. But that's not what it said back then. It said 2012, full stop. So, I don't know why it said 2012 before and then 2010 now. So, it got updated as it's no longer a top 5 game of 2012, instead an honorable mention 2010. But there is a change in 2012 coming up. And that, of course, is Pokemon Solar Light Lunar Dark. As that was, I believe, in 2015, because that's when I originally played it. And that's when I thought it came out in 2015, but after looking it up and such, no, I found out it came out in 2012, actually. So, damn. That demo and beta for it took like 7 years. Jeez. But yeah, it actually moved, no, I think it actually went down in rank. I think it might have been number 1 in 2015 originally, or somewhere around there, before it got knocked down to number 2 in 2012. But yeah, at least it's up there and such. But yeah, that update 2012. And hey, a much better thing up there than Boob Wars, of course. Alright, now we gotta keep going. I think there's more changes coming up. Oh yeah, 2015, like I said, Pokemon Solar Light Lunar Dark was in this list, but not anymore. So because of that, 2015 is now unfinished. Need to play some more games in all these years so I can have a full list. Alright. So, looking for the next change. Oh yeah, we're at 2019. We're coming up to 2022, which is a change. Which is going to be kind of surprising. 2021. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's other games here that I just remembered. Let me take a look really quickly. Because I just remembered there are some. Here you go. 2018. Gear Club Unlimited 2 for the Switch 2. I only played an hour of it. It's a racing game on the Switch. And just simple racing and all that. But I thought it was good enough to make the list. Go look back here. I don't think this was here last time. Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. I got on Steam and the Switch too, but I haven't played on the Switch 2 yet, even though I have for over a month now. It's Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 all combined together. And it has like a speed up feature. It's pretty solid and all that. Need to play it more though. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so now let's get back to the main stuff now. Next up is 2022, which is a big change. And as you can see right there, yep, Pokemon Legends Arceus is not only in the top 5, but to my actual surprise and disgust, I actually have it ranked higher than Scarlet and Violet, which I'm also not happy on the list right now. So, I mentioned this when I did my video games list from 2025, what I played every month, so I think it's finally time to bring it up. So, how did I get to playing Legends Arceus when I said for years I was not going to play because it sucked? Well, I pretty much kept to my word and all that, but then in September, the Ocean City Library had Nintendo Switch games out and such. When I went there to get manga one time, my dad got Animal Crossing and all that. And of course, at this library, you have to return the games after a week and such. So, he played Animal Crossing for a week and all that. Then when I returned it, when we returned it, I decided to take a look and see if there's anything there. And Legend Arceus came to my head. It showed up. Legend Arceus to rent. And then I thought about it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to play it. But it is free. I read it for a week. And now I can stop playing after a week and all that. I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a try. And to show in my eyes why it's not good and all that. So I got it. And of course, I had started working the next day when I got the game. So it was a little bit difficult playing it, but I think I did like 16 hours over a week. I tried to play it as much as possible when I had it for a week, but it was tough when I was working and such. So yeah, I played it and all that. And then, I'll get to maybe explain more about it later on, because it's really complicated. But eventually, I liked it enough that when I got my first payday, and had enough to get my Switch 2, I got it and Madden NFL 26 for the Switch as well. So yeah, I've been playing it since. It is, like I saw, one of my most played games of 2025. I have over 60 hours into it, but since I didn't beat the game yet, and I don't update my Pokemon times until I beat the game, there's no time officially listed right now on Legends Arceus. It's like 60 hours, but not officially yet. That's why there's no time here. So, what do I got to say about the game itself? It's very conflicting. It has wild battles, which are enjoyable. The strong and agile style wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There is battles in there, like trainer battles, a little bit more than I expected too, which I like, because my biggest problem with Legends Arceus when I first heard about it was I don't like. Well, first off, no EXP, the forced EXP share and no national decks. That's a big problem too. But another problem is I don't like the concept of the game, where you go around. The goal of the game is just to catch Pokemon and all that, like fill up the Pokedex, the original, like the ancient Pokedex of Hisui. I don't like that. I want to be able to take on the gym leaders. I want to take on the Elite Four. I want to take on trainers and all that. Like the whole premise of Legends Arceus, I don't like. And even though I played it, I still don't like the concept of it. Like, the whole concept of the game, I just don't like. And I do not want that to be the direction of Pokemon whatsoever. So, I don't like the premise of it and all that. But, I can't also deny that I am enjoying it. To the point where I enjoyed it more than Scarlet and Violet. Which is pretty sad for Scarlet and Violet, because they are the main series games that I want to be done for Pokemon, and they somehow got beaten by a game that I think, not mechanic-wise, but vision-wise, I guess you could say, I think is bad for Pokemon. But that bad vision somehow won in the end, which is very unfortunate. But just like with Sword and Shield, my number one favorite game of 2019, I can't deny reality. I did enjoy it, but I don't want that to be the focus on Pokemon in the future. And by the way, since it's going to be brought up, Legends ZA, I actually did get Legends ZA back around Thanksgiving, but I'm not playing it until I beat Legends Arceus. It's going to sit in my Switch case until I beat this game. So, you'll have to wait till then. I do hope eventually I'll find better games in 2022 to take out Scarlet and Violet and potentially Legends Arceus, because I just don't like seeing inferior Pokemon games on this list compared to previous ones. Same goes for Sword and Shield in 2019. But the rest of 2022 is the same. Now, 2023, there is a slight update, and that's Let's School, which is in the honorable mentions right now, but it has a chance to maybe get into the top 5 in the future. Especially since I haven't played Plant B Terraform in the years since. I need to get back to that eventually. But Let's School is a business sim where you run a school in Japan and try to get students, like, graduate and such. It was a bit difficult to set up and understand, but once you got all figured out, it's pretty easy and all that. I've just been, like, vibing pretty much the entire time, just watching and doing nothing. So yeah, I think I might have to put it in the top 5 very soon. Challenge Planet B Terraform, but I need to play it more to really get on the list. Alright, 2024. There is some changes. The top 5's no different, but there's 2 new games on the top, the honorable mentions. First off, Supermarket Simulator 2024. It was one of the games I got on my Switch 2 in November. I believe it's the Switch version of Supermarket Simulator, whatever it's called, on Steam, which I plan on getting. Aaron has it. I think it's the Switch 2 version of it. Lower quality, but man, it was a lot of fun playing. In fact, if it wasn't for TCG Card Shop Simulator, I think I would put it in the top 5. Like, I really enjoyed it a lot. I need to get back to it more. Very fast paced, very relaxing, although paying money to the customers and all that is a little bit annoying compared to PC, but it's still very good. And then there's Laundry Store Simulator, which is another game that I got back in like October and such. It's on Steam. It's on Switch too. I was thinking about getting it, but not yet right now. It's another biz simulator like TCG Card Shop Simulator, but you run a laundromat where you've wash clothes and such. It's very tedious when you start off, but once you start hiring employees, it becomes just like very simple. You just sit back and relax and just make money. Very relaxed and such. So yeah, that's them. There's a good chance they could potentially get in the top 5, but top 5 is already really strong with this list right now, so it's pretty difficult. And now, for the main update, my top 5 games of 2025. And I'm going to say right now, this list very likely will be different by this time next year, because I didn't really play a lot of new games in 2025 because I had no money and such, and a lot of them are still, I have to play more in order to really judge them. But of course, favorite game of 2025 is Madden NFL 26. For a moment, it was Mario Kart World, because I liked it more than Madden 26 when it came out. But after finally winning the Super Bowl and starting to do better in my 26 franchises with the Jaguars, the 49ers, and the Jets too, my PC version, I like Madden NFL 26 the most right now. But it's not like fully guaranteed to keep on the list. Mario Kart World, I played a lot when I got my Switch 2 in a few weeks. Like, I 100% all the courses. I haven't touched it in almost 3 months, though. I need to get back to eventually unlock the rest of the characters, but I just haven't felt like it right now. Maybe when Adam does his streams, and if he does them on a good day where I can play a little bit when I come home from work, maybe I'll be able to join and maybe play more. But right now, it's my top 2. I think I mentioned this in my video when I did this back in March last year. Number 3 is now the Executive Movie Industry Tycoon, which I think was number 1 originally when I made this list last year. It's a business sim game where you run a movie studio making movies. Hollywood Animal, that's new on the list. It's a more complex, harder version of the Executive Movie Industry Tycoon, just making movies and all that. Just more complex and such. I almost wanted to refund it at first because I was like having a hard time making money, but after someone pretty harshly explained what to do and slowly got figured out, I was doing fine with it, but I need to play more and such. And finally, Cinemaster Cinema Simulator. Very hard thing to pronounce. I think this was on the list last time as a demo, and I got the actual game. It's a business sim, just like all the other simulators I mentioned before, where you run a movie cinema, where you run movies and have people buy tickets and food and stuff and watch movies. All right, now we have 4 games on the top. Honorable mentions that have a good chance to be in the top 5 by next year. Restaurant Owner of a Restaurant Simulator. I've played it. I played a demo version of it, just like all the other simulator games I said before, just run a restaurant. Europa Universalis 5. It's the sequel to EU4, which came out in 2013. I finally got it recently. I put almost 10 hours into it. I'm still learning a lot about it, so it has a good chance to get into the top 5 if it does well. But this is Paradox we're talking about. They have not been doing good recently with grand strategy games. Plus, outside Vicky 2, all the grand strategy games in my experience have been very hard. So far, though, my impressions of Europa Universalis 5, economically at least, it's like Vicky 3, but actually better? More enjoyable? So economically it's better, and I can actually control units in warfare and all that, but I haven't won a war yet, although I haven't really finished a war yet. I've been mostly just vibing. One of my main games is playing Cyprus, just sitting back, relaxing, trying to build up the economy and all that, which actually is improving, unlike with me and Vicky 3. So yeah, slightly better impression from EU5 than I had for Vicky 3, but still not enough yet for me. Business Simulator 2026, it came out 2025. It's a business simulator game where you run business and all that, but it's a little bit different where instead of running one business, you can actually buy and run multiple businesses on a map. I haven't touched it in a while, but it has a very strong chance. Of all the games right now, it has the best chance, I think, to get into the top 5. Since it's all like the other business simulator games, but better. And then, Comic Book Store Simulator demo. Right now is the demo of it. I'm planning on getting it probably tomorrow when I get my money in and such. It's a business sim game like I mentioned before, but this time you sell comic books, or more likely manga and such. That would be really funny if I was able to edit a file and have My Blossom in Summer in there. That would be hilarious. And there's one more game on the list. I don't know how I forgot this, because I'm going to get it too tomorrow potentially. But the other game on the list is, let me go look at my phone really quick because I don't want to spoil it or anything. But it's another business sim game. It's in my shopping cart. Let me load it up really quickly. Super Movie Tycoon. It's another business sim game where you make movies. Like the third game of 2025 involving making movies. But this game in particular has a very unique trait to it. The play style and the setup for it, if you actually see me play it, is very similar to Mad Games Tycoon 2, my favorite game of 2021. If you go on Steam and look at the pictures and all that, it looks extremely similar. Like the building rooms, collected points to build it. When I first saw the pictures for it, I was like, oh my god, that looks like the movie version of Mad Games Tycoon 2. And it does play a lot like Mad Games Tycoon 2. So I've been struggling somewhat. Still haven't gotten quite perfect yet, but it's been a lot easier than some of the other movie simulator games because it plays a lot like Mad Games Tycoon 2. Maybe all the business sim games need to follow Mad Games Tycoon 2 as the standard because it worked very well. And so far, Super Movie Tycoon, although I still have yet to play it more, I need to figure it out more. I only got 4 hours in the demo. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that eventually. So yeah, those are my top 5 games now from 2025 to 1996. I'm hoping now that I work, I'll be able to get more games in 2025. Maybe I'll start getting games in 2026 when they start showing up, because there's a bunch of games that are supposed to come out in 2026 that I have not, that have been waiting for years to play, but haven't come out yet. Hopefully get to them very soon. And yeah, that'll be nice and all that. So I hope you enjoy this list, and next time we see this list, 2025 very likely will be updated. And I'm also going to say this right now, because I didn't mention it yet. This video is going to be edited with a new video editor program that I've used now called CapCut. Because Vegas Pro still won't work on my new computer. I even did the trial version of the newest version. No pirate or anything, like the legit trial version, and it still won't load. Even legit version won't load. So I've been looking for another video program to use to edit videos. And I did this with my video game chart video yesterday. I still need to try this out for like my Pokemon Crystal Clear playthrough, although I still can't do it because I don't have a working controller yet. So I need to think of some series I could do where I need a layout so I could test it out. And maybe CapCut will be my new thing to use instead of Vegas Pro and such. But we'll see and all that. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you all next time.